So I apologize about some of the errors I've been making along the way, um, but it happens, you know. And part of it's because of this double time thing. Like I normally do this song as an introduction at 68 and a half. I mentioned that. And what I realized is as I was looking at this old guideline that I made a while back, this is set up at 68.5. So when I'm looking at, for example, this note lasting 6/16th notes, essentially through the and of beat two, for those of you who count music well, it's not like that when it's at 137. So I've been kind of making a few errors here, but that's okay. You know, it is what it is. So we've done our drums. There were some issues with that. We did our keys. There were some issues with that, but everything's on point now. We're going to add some bass. We're going to come over, add a new track. We're going to hit guitar and bass. Now, when it says piano and keys, guitar and bass, it's kind of just the same thing. If I click over here, some kind of a guitar, I can click into keyboards and choose a piano, and then all of a sudden the icon over here just changes. So it's really just a way to get where you're going. I'm just going to choose a quick electric bass. I'm already looking ahead and I want to check out these 808s, but not right now. Because it doesn't matter. You can always change the sounds later, and that's a key thing to learn about MIDI. All right, so I'm going to go to the piano roll. I'm going to start over here at the fifth measure, and my first note is going to be G flat. I can tell you that is too high. So G flat 2 is not going to be it. I will start with G flat 3. And I have no idea how long that is. I think I can live with that actually, for now. I'll put that same length. So this is starting on beat 1. So let's see. It is essentially, let me see if I put this. Okay, so this is a measure up to the purple line. So one more click here tells me, what does it tell me? Oh, why is our grid set to eighth notes? Who did that? Mistakes. All right, so this is playing for 3 quarter notes. It's leaving the 4th quarter note silent. We are skipping an entire measure, and we're doing the same thing by playing a 3-note G flat. And then where we are now, starting at the 8th measure, we're going to hit another G flat, but it's going to be, let me see. Let me listen to it. Let's try it starting from the and of 2. Let me see if that sounds right. All right, and it's only going to be up to measure 9, okay? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We have 3 G flats. The first one is 3 beats. Skip a total of 5 beats, but this is essentially a measure. 3 beats, skip a quarter note. This right here, it's easy to see the purple line. This starts measure 8. So remember that this is, we're playing G flat major for 4 measures. So our bass is taking up 4 measures, 1 measure, 3 beats of 1 measure, skipping an entire measure, 3 beats of the 3rd measure, and starting on the and just an anticipation before beat 3. Okay, now our next note, which is going to start on the downbeat or beat 1 of measure 9, is going to be E flat. All right, so E flat. I want to play this one longer. It's weird how it stops there. I don't want it to stop. Don't stop. I'm just going to get to the next chord and decide if I want to add any additional notes. So it's going to be D flat, and it starts over here where the chord changed. That's fine, we're done. If you can't tell already, this is Young, Dumb, and Broke by Khalid. And it's going to go something like this. All right, so we have the basic building blocks that we're going to use. We have our drums, our keys, and our bass. Now we can arrange it, but even before we get going on that, I'm thinking, why not customize some sounds? So I'm going to go back and click on this bass icon, and instead of using this electric bass, I want to see what these 808s sound like. I have no idea what they sound like, so let's see. Kick bass. I don't like it. I don't like the glide. Try another one. But the idea here is that you try it. Try as many as you want. This should be the opportunity to customize this thing, make it your own. I put it all on the bed. By the way, that was a message to my wife. Let me see if I take all these and lower them even by another octave. Ooh, yeah, now we're feeling it. Okay. Check my jacket. Sorry, kids. You're get some insight into the life, you know? It's pretty low. It's pretty low. But this is what you experimenting is. You're going to choose sounds. You're going to move around in the octave. Don't change the actual notes. And at this point, we have the building blocks. And as I mentioned, with loop functionality, we can pull this out and, you know, have it play for as long as we really want. Now, there's benefits and some drawbacks to doing it this way. Again, if you want to change something, you can only change it in the bass region, the original, as opposed to any of these called shadow regions. But if you cut them, then you can edit them on your own and add notes or whatever you'd like. At this point, we're going to pause and we'll call it kind of the song before we arrange it and before we add. Actually, you know what? One more little thing. Actually, no, this is good. I'm okay with it.